seals in the precious vitamins and minerals which you paid for at the store.
Hello, everyone. It's a beautiful day for upbeat indie music and video game marketing. Huh? Apparently Serious Sam, that's the other. Good God! Mother hell! Piece of crap! Damn, man! Yowza! Industry standards for volume levels. I know -6 is where most people land, but holy crap. That was, yeah. We love the loudest game marketing. Is it loud enough to... World premiere. Oh, they had a world premiere! They had a voice! This is already a great conference. Game of the year goes to Dragon Age 4. I still can't get that shit out of my head, man. What the hell did we see yesterday? What the hell was that? I've been thinking a lot about that. Oh, is this Shadow Warrior? No, I can't be. This is too serious. Oh, Ghost Runner, maybe. No? We got Katana, we got Neon. Cool. Give me that. I don't even know what it is. Sick. Oh, okay. It's not a game. It's not a game yet.
Hello, and welcome to the Future Games Show.
Hello.
I am Debbie Mae West, otherwise known as Meryl Silverberg from the Metal Gear Solid series to many of you.
That's
and
cute.
That first trailer was
Aww.
Die by the Blade.
Aww.
Well, we are going to have more of that in just a few minutes, plus a few more surprises to pull out of the box.
I think out of all the characters, Meryl probably got the most justice in Metal Gear Solid 4. She was badass, man.
David, are you there?
Switching to a secure channel.
Meryl!
Kept you waiting, huh?
Oh my
Seriously,
God.
David, come on, it's been over 20 years. Are we still
So,
doing
Jeff Keighley threw money at Christopher Lloyd.
Rookie.
Oh my God.
this? Snake, you talk too much.
Whoever did this was like, I can make Metal Gear people! Be with me now!
Hey everyone. I'm David Hayter, and it is so great to be here. And it's you again, Debbie. You remain my absolute favorite rookie.
Nutbuster 69,000, thanks for gifting a sub.
Some of the hottest games coming to current and next-gen consoles.
Sonic hasn't started yet.
Never before seen gameplay.
That will happen after this.
And developer interviews.
We've also
So save up your money, save up your subs. Ooh, Night Raven, you're still subbing.
and a few surprises in store.
Let's kick things off by taking a deeper dive into Die by the Blade with its lead designer.
Nutbuster, thank you. 5 more subs. Again. You guys are throwing money into the trash right now. Okay, there's gameplay. Good for you. If you launch a Kickstarter without like an alpha or even concept footage, I judge you. But that's awesome.
I'm a lead designer of Die by the Blade game. We're a super small team here in Košice.
Looks like maybe a duel,
building,
like a dueling kind of game.
Where you are going
maybe
to
like a Bushido blade?
Various weapons from the past Japanese era.
Sick.
European weapons as well.
Gaming Fishman?
The main
Thanks for the
premise,
sub.
the main idea that we have is to
How does David Hayter not kill his throat?
hit kill.
Especially for Metal Gear Solid 4. Holy crap. This is why certain voice actors are professional.
Get to the head.
Because they know how to do that stuff without shredding their
to
vocal
merge
cords.
2 eras together. The historic Japan and their awesome
Yeah, it's because they trained.
samurai and
It's so easy to think that any of us can just do voices,
where you will be
but
able to fight on the streets, fight
because
on
everyone can talk, right? Everyone can do goofy voices. but there is a skill to it, to performing consistently
trying to achieve
for 10 hours straight.
this feeling of fear when you fight.
Good death metal
with life,
vocalists,
that you
yeah.
can die anytime. Single
I've never.
mistake, but you also
I know that we've been
he
through
does
this a million years ago. I still haven't been able to accustom my ears to growl.
extremely intense, and we're trying to build that into the player experience.
Yeah, teardrops. I don't know if they do that stuff anymore, like 10 to 12 hour recording sessions. That's why there's a union.
On Facebook, on
I expect a Sonic voice impression. Oh, you'll get it. Sonic's gonna show up for sure. Holy, thank you for the prime.
Thanks again for watching.
Try doing a death girl without hurting your throat. I cannot. I should have paid more attention to Die by the Blade. That looked cool though.
Die by the Blade is coming to PC and consoles in 2021.
Our next game looks like a Revolver Ocelot cheese dream set to a techno beat.
Wait. What does a David Hayter cheese dream look like?
It involves a lot of cheese.
Wait,
anyway,
he
here's
said
an
an
exclusive
ocelot.
gameplay slice from the rhythm action shooter BPM, Bullets Per Minute.
I mean, this is entirely my thing, though, but still. Ryder, I know it's too late. I know it's too late, but I plead with you. I'm pleading with you now. I'm on my hands and knees. Please do not keep writing in Metal Gear references. I know that's why you think they're there. Please don't do it. Please stop. You got it. You get one, and only one, and you've already used it. I can't tell if this gameplay has like a shader over it, or if it's just YouTube compression being weird. This has already got me tapping my foot, though. This looks like a mobile game. Johan, please tell me what you mean by that, because people say that about every fucking video game now, and I have no clue what they mean anymore. What, because it has something that's moving in the middle of the screen? What the heck? I don't even know. To me, mobile game means, like, big, round UI elements that are on the corners of the screen so you can tap them with your thumbs. It means, like, numbers that are nowhere near as small as what you see in the lower left and lower right.
BPM, Bullets
the
Per Minute,
fuck?
is being developed by All
Mobile game.
Interactive and will be
You
available
can't
on
go mobile
PS4,
game.
PC, and Xbox One.
Yeah, if
on
it doesn't look like
September
Last of Us
15th.
Part 2.
This next game opened our previous show.
Mobile
For
game.
some reason was hosted by Nolan North. And today, we're joined by Team
HUD was a little
Media, who
big.
put together this exclusive look at PS5's cosmic horror shooter, Quantum Error.
I don't know about that.
World
Oh, UI. Screen is really busy and a huge HUD. It's a rhythm game. The HUD is to tell you
everyone.
where the beat is.
My name is Micah Jones.
Aside from that, it's
owner,
not...
lead
The HUD
developer
wasn't
/
bigger than any
artist
other
at
shooter.
Team Kill Media. I'm here to present to you for the first time an early preview of Quantum Error's gameplay,
What are we watching? This is the Future Games Showcase.
where you take on the role
Part
of
of
Jacob
Gamescom.
Thomas, a firefighter captain in the
Oh,
Garboa
man.
Fire District.
It's been so long since I've played a
Personnel
generic
from
white
the
dude
burning
with
Manal
stubble.
facility
Like,
30 miles
that's
south of Kansas
unironically
City.
true.
This gameplay preview takes place a few levels into the game.
That's like that's character design from like
You are
2005.
trying to track him down before it's too late.
And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of miss it.
And
Unironically, I kind of miss generic video game
all is
protagonists.
subject to change and improve. And with that, here we go.
This looks sick though. Doom 3 vibes, kinda. John Fire. I guess, okay. So we can compare and contrast though. There's a lot less HUD here, right? So I guess I take your point. There's been a movement in AAA game dev to minimize HUD. And then you see stuff like, bullet counts on guns, health on like somebody's wrist or something endemic to the environment. Bullets per minute did in fact have meters on the screen. Is it possible to fight fires with a gun? This looks neat. I'd play this. A little spooky hallway game? I wonder if they wrote their own engine. Are we coming? Boop. Oh, it even has like locational damage. This is so Doom 3. That was a big deal with Doom 3 that like enemies had like skin textures wrapped around guts that you could shoot through. But like the camera pitch when you're like swinging your gun around.
That's one less ball.
Ah, Nostalgiagle. Hey, thank you for the cheer. This looks cool. But then again, I did actually really like Doom 3. So that's me. That's me. Yeah, vision obfuscation. It's spooky. I like slow suspenseful gaming, but this feels too slow. Teach their own, I guess. Flashlight? Oh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that. I mean, this is essentially the flashlight mechanic from Doom 3, except you have a gun, but still. Maybe because it doesn't have dynamic lighting like Doom 3. Yeah, not really. Sort of. Everyone pissed their pants about Doom 3, duct tape mod, blah, 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 but your guns throw light, so that was the idea. No, the stream looks pixelated. The stream is pretty low bitrate, so, yeah. I was wondering that about bullets per minute. Either the gameplay footage they got is pretty low bitrate, or they're streaming at a pretty low bitrate. It's possible they're pushing the Twitch bitrate to every service. Yeah, Doom 3 meets Metro? That's a pretty good point of comparison, I think. It does seem to have that Metro sort of Euro spice, if that makes any sense. It's pretty impressive visuals, actually. This feels like the game where, like, 7 dudes who used to, like, write encryption algorithms decided to make a video game. Whoa! I wonder where you shoot him. Ooh! We got Hell Knights now! No, shoot him in the glowy part! What's your problem, dude? What's your problem? Shoot him in the glowy thing! Is this amateur hour? God! Maybe you don't shoot him in the hole. That's a really cool lighting effect, though. You gotta... Like, you have to find a way to make enemies visible in really dark environments without making them glow. And like a dark blue circle is a really cool way to do that. Dude, this is so Doom 3. This music is alright, too. I love it. I love it. Give me that shit. Give it to me. Are you on Mars? Yeah, Rick, I can probably change the title now. So here's the deal. On Twitch, the title you start with is the title of VOD is named. I guess I could have gone back and renamed it, but...
to PS5 and PS4.
Now we're going on a journey to Middle Earth to learn more about Lord of the Rings.
I don't know about this
Gollum.
one. Hey, Kite Sykes.
Of puzzling,
Flip the
stealth,
hourglass
and
for you.
parkour.
There you go.
The game even explores Gollum's alter ego as Schmeagol, where he wrestles with his true identity. How you doing over there, David? You wrestling
I
with
don't
your true
care
identity?
about this game. I actually kind of resent their... Oh, Daedalic, though. I do like Daedalic quite a lot. Nah.
Hello, I'm Saida Haberstroh from Daedalic Entertainment, and I'm currently working on the Lord of the Rings Gollum as a project manager. Right now, we are working on the Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Can we put Lord of the Rings TV
action
show?
adventure
I
with
sure
a big
can.
Focus on storytelling.
I'm not
We are
confident
aiming
that
for an
anything
all-round
outside of
experience where gameplay
Tolkien's
and
actual
story
work
go
will be
hand in
worth
hand to
anything.
create the ultimate Gollum game. Sticking to
Then
the
again, I am
tradition
also sort
game,
of...
we immerse players deeply in Gollum's inner conflict, to tell a very personal story in front of the epic world-changing events in Middle-earth.
Mostly I just rolled my eyes at the beginning of Shadow of War and that's it.
Gameplay-wise, we have a range between subtle tactical stealth, some environmental puzzles, climbing challenges, and fast-paced parkour
It
action.
sounds like
Gollum is not exactly a fighter
Styx
who charges
game.
into battle. Players will have to weigh
that's a
their
reference.
options for every encounter.
The
Dialogue
spin-off
plays a
to
very
Of
important
Orcs
role
and
as
Men.
well.
Everyone
Here you
remembers
see
Styx.
our inner conflict.
The game where you play as a goblin and it's kind of a
Have
stealth
to
game.
decide for
Didn't like the
either
movies? Of course I
Gollum
like the
or
movies.
Smeagol. In this case, the green options
Peter Jackson
are
make anything
Smeagol
after King
options,
Kong.
and the red ones are the Gollum options. And you, as a player, have to manifest a choice.
What are we...
So you have to press a button multiple times in order to many festival
You know what? No.
options,
King Kong was his
but
last
options
movie.
are also
Hey, Steph.
flying around the screen, so it's not
Oh my
that
gosh, the
easy,
speaker's on.
and it also can happen that sometimes the player has another outcome than
No,
expected.
this is the
But
Future
this
Games
is
Show.
also depending on
It's another
choices the player
Gamescom
made.
showcase.
Whether
We're
the
supposed to
player
show
is
Series
more
Sam
on
4.
Gaunt's or Smeagol's side,
why I'm
some
here.
options will be easier or harder to get. In the Lord of the Rings Gollum, we want to show some
They gave
familiar
him hair.
locations
Yeah,
which have never
I
been
think one of the
seen
design elements is they gave him
in
hair to make him look less
such
creepy.
detail before or in close-up. So
Lovely Bones,
here
no.
we have
King Kong was the last movie Peter
outskirts
Jackson ever
where
made.
you can see the warp preparations
Actually, he didn't even
going
make that.
on.
It was
Will be coming to current
Frighteners.
and next-gen Sony
Frighteners
and
was the last
Microsoft
movie he ever
consoles, Nintendo Switch, and PCs in late
He actually never made a movie.
2021.
Didn't make a single one.
Thanks again to
think
Sadie
there's
for
something in
that
there.
insight. Lord of the Rings
nothing in
Gollum
there?
is coming to PC and all relevant consoles in 2021.
Now, PC players might be familiar with our next title, The Terrifying Song of Horror. But we're pleased to announce that the game is coming to new platforms with this exclusive trailer.
Exclusive.
World premiere.
My dear friend, you don't know what you've done with that cursed music box.
Get me Christopher Lee. He's dead, sir. Well, get me some as close as you could get.
Daniel Neuer.
Definitely made Dead Alive. I think Dead Alive might have been his last movie. I don't think he made any other movies after
He listened to a
after Dead
forbidden
Alive.
music box.
Hello?
And now, a presence is chasing him.
Is that music?
He doesn't know what it is, but he knows.
Yeah,
what it
Just Cream.
wants.
I don't know that anyone was begging to play as Gollum, but it's like they ran out of characters to make games about. I feel like Lord of the Rings is in this weird state where they want to turn it into like a Star Wars style property,
Never safe.
which I never thought I'd say that out loud, but it does seem to be the case. So they keep trying to do these like spin-off projects that aren't based on, that aren't in like, that aren't Lord of the Rings related, or rather not the trilogy.
Explore and investigate the scariest of places.
Yeah, make Lord of the Rings a universe. I mean, it is a universe, but I don't know how you can continue writing stories in that universe with the same tone of Lord of the Rings, because you kind of can't. Unless you just... It's going to be that thing where, like, if you write another story, it's going to have to be so similar to Lord of the Rings that it wouldn't make sense for that same story to occur, if that makes any sense. You basically need the same cast. Like, I guess that's kind of what they tried to do with The Hobbit.
Hunting you in different shapes and forms.
I think the Jackson films ruined any future projects, so they will always be compared. Well, it's not... I mean, sort of. It's the books. Like, it's the books. The movies were great adaptations, but it's more like Lord of the Rings being just the 3 books and The Hobbit and the Silmarillion.
And once you listen to
You could probably spin off a lot of the lore in the Silmarillion into other projects, but they would be so different in tone and content than the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which itself was a really good hero's tale, but the rest of them are... Okay, I like it. I should have been paying more attention to that. That looked really cool. Yeah, what are you
That's
gonna...
right. Song of Horror is coming to PS4.
I feel like
and
also
Xbox
Lord of the
One on
Rings,
October
as a
29th.
universe, has some stuff that's so out there that it like you...
Well, after that,
The
I
tales of
feel like
Tom
it's time to turn
Bombadil.
our
Like, he's been
attention
around
to
and done
video
some shit, but
games
he's so
that
far
are
removed from,
more
like, the tribulations of
soulful
normal
and
people
contemplative.
that it would be hard to empathize with any of his
Now, one
stories.
of these games is set around
But
a rotating
the underdog tale of
and another,
2
we're shrunk to the
hobbits
size of
trying
a
to cross an entire country to like touch down a ring into a mountain, like that's something that people can get behind.
What a thrill.
He's doing it!
With darkness and silence.
Ryder, I told you to stop
Dave,
this!
Not like this.
Exclusive.
God bless them though, they're swinging for it. Hey, Steph. Oh sure, you can get Christopher Lloyd to plug Surgeon Simulator, but what if you had 2 of the voices from Metal Gear Solid, and you kept writing Metal Gear Solid references for them to say when they're introducing games that have nothing to do with Metal Gear Solid? Wouldn't that be cool?
The devil's in my head.
I wish... I'm being such an asshole right now.
The ones that I don't know keep me up at night. Wrote a little note so I'd remember why.
Do you have to like rotate the buildings so that people stay in the happy side of things?
Fall into your eyes.
Yeah. Art game.
Hey, my name is Kev Harrison, and
I don't like dunking on people that put in work to create a video game thing. You know? We don't need that. We don't need it. We don't need it here. Let's focus on the positive things.
Survival game where you must explore to stay alive.
Here's a bunch of fun video games. And you know what? Metal Gear Solid was a cool game.
But with customization and preparation, ready for a massive adventure in a small world. The world is dynamic, so you'll see how creatures react to one another. And
they must have kicked over a trash can when Obsidian announced Grounded. Fuck!
Against you in so
bullshit! Ass! God damn it! I'm gonna give it away on Game Pass! And put the trash can back up, kick it over again.
At the bottom of the food chain. Day, night, weather, and seasons.
Yeah, I played Cloudpunk a little bit. I wanted to get back to it.
Jump, glide, swing around the world, and build to reach new
areas.
Additionally,
Grounded ain't got swing tech, though.
Småland is a cooperative PvE world, so you'll meet other players and be able to help one another.
Think these are the same devs?
And in-game events.
Oh, you think this is Obsidian? Is Obsidian making this game?
You'll be able to personalize your character and specialize your skills.
Oh.
You'll be able to align yourself with certain creatures and gain abilities, which can protect you, give you access to special resources, and move you up the food chain. You can even gain...
Oh, it's Cloudpunk. I'm sorry, you're right. Yes.
So, you can not only move around faster and easier...
You are correct.
But you'll be able to leap around on a grasshopper, have a lake...
Can't ride bugs in Grounded.
You, charge around on a mouse, and even fly around on a robin. Småland will be released
in our game
next
called
year,
Earthed.
and we'll be providing as many updates...
You can ride a mouse pal? That's actually a really good animation cycle.
All consoles and PC.
Aww.
It's great to be a part of the Future Games Show. The previous one was amazing. So
here's what's gonna bum me out. Everyone's gonna say that's a Grounded ripoff, which is bullshit.
Thanks for watching.
There's no way, even from Grounded's announced to now, you could make a gameplay demo that looked like that. Maybe if you were rushing and purely trying to fool everyone.
Chill vibes flowing with two more titles.
Oh yeah, this one, Dustpunk or something.
Is a tactical RPG where you fight against a deadly fog.
Oh wait, that came out.
An all-new look at the stunning and dreamlike Sable.
Never mind, I'm thinking of something else.
Exclusive.
World premiere. Oh, we got shaders, baby. This kind of reminds me of those old like vector. Well, it doesn't anymore. Like Return of Obra Dinn.
And this is our
kind of look.
Sable.
A point-and-click vector-based exploration game. Yeah, this one. Wait.
Sable is a girl who comes from a family of nomads living in a great desert. Our story begins as she's preparing to leave her family and set out into the dunes alone. Sable is an open world game where you explore at your own pace.
Yeah. I think there was another game that
glide across the landscape on your hover, which can be upgraded and customized with new parts.
Was kind of similar to this. Just kind of came and went. It wasn't that good of an indie game. They're setting the animation of the main character to be on the
secrets of
I don't know the verbiage, but yeah, the main character's animating at a lower frame rate than the world. Yeah, the bitrate's not doing this game any favors. I'm sure it does look cool though. It's an animation style. That means that like you'll basically visually always be able to pick out your character against the rest of the world.
Help the people of the desert.
I could see that being an issue when your main character has the same color palette, sort of. Like you can't give the main character a bright red cape; it would kind of poke out. So, I feel like it's a visual distinctive tool to have the main character animate at half the frame rate or at a lower frame rate. Oh boy, that frame rate was hating that.
Or will she choose a different?
I think if the main character animated at full frames, you would probably lose them visually in the background sometimes. Good lord. Something about the loudest tape. Aliasing looks like it'll be very important. Anti-aliasing, but yeah, you're right. that game looks like it could be very aliased. I mean, if it's at 1440p or 1080p even. Yeah. Doesn't Stephanie know we're trying to get marketed to right now? Come on. Oh. This is it, Sanic? Yes, it's video game marketing instead. I can I can change the title. I had to have it on that so that the VOD would at least have that title. I didn't want to go back and change it later. Only good video games have a giant war drum circle. Oh, look at that smiley boy. I like that music a lot. Okay. Right.
Tenderfoot Tactics will be available to play on Steam from October 21st.
Rounding off our soulful cruise, our next game gently ups the tempo.
Is Puyo Puyo?
Here's Andrew Davis from Sega to give us a brand new look at the wonderful world of Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
Oh, they're making a sequel for some reason. It is weird to think about puzzle games getting sequels.
Davis. I'm localization producer at Sega of America.
I am so trash at Puyo. I'm so bad at it.
Tetris 2.
I just can't see it. I can't see the colors.
Really excited to share this
I think you probably have to memorize certain setups and stuff to be good at Puyo. That's kind of the same with any puzzle game.
That we laid in the first game. Because of that, we're bringing
they already made a Tetris 2. It was based on colors.
The original Puyo Puyo Tetris, but we're also adding some new wrinkles to it with the RPG-inspired skill battles and a more elaborate adventure mode for the main story. With the introduction of skill battle mode, we're adding a new layer of play of the Puyo Puyo and Tetris gameplay that we had in the first game. So this is an RPG-like mode. You get to assemble a team of 3 characters, and each of those characters has special abilities that you get to use in the battles. So in adventure mode in Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, players will be able to move across a new overworld map. This map will allow for branching paths and optional side stories, so if you want to just
what if they add a new piece to Tetris?
The main story,
I don't think that's possible.
But the optional stories
I think that all the Tetrads include every possible combination of 4 blocks.
They'll be added to your roster of team members that you can
as long as it's contiguous. Like, I don't think there's another way to make another Tetris piece.
And then it'll grow and expand as you play along. If you pre-order now,
unless they become
you'll get 8
Petrises or something,
including 3 that are Sonic the Hedgehog themed for use in skill battle mode when the game releases. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Switch on December 8th, 2020. It'll be out for PS5 for holiday 2020 and early next year.
You know, it had an RPG. Well, I think he was a little generous with that RPG verbiage, but yep, it's called Tetris for Tetra. They are called Tetrads or Tetrominoes.
Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is out December 8th for PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X before launching on PS5 and Steam at a later date.
Boy.
Now you might be
coming soon copy is getting very complicated.
The original launched the franchise back in 2002, and now it's been rebuilt for current-gen consoles.
Are we going to get any big reveals in the future game show?
Mafia, the definitive edition.
It's collection day, boys. So Tommy, you'll drive. Paulie and Sam can handle the rest.
I think this is Games Radar. I mean, you know that because you had to arrange the exclusive trailer we're about to see.
I'm Hayden Blackman. I'm the President and Chief Creative Officer at Kingdom 13 Games.
Can't wait. Any chance for another Tetris 99 stream? There's a chance, sure. I just got a stack of games to get through.
Early in
hey, I'm gaming here. Hey,
as a mobster,
Tony, come on, man. You know I'm gaming over here. Jeez, Tony.
The premise of it is that
Tony, you just unplugged my PlayStation. God damn it, Tony. You know I'm gaming.
One of the things that this mission also sets up is that the Salieri family
Gamoosh.
kind of scraping by at this point, and we're establishing.
Someday it won't be okay to make fun of Italian stereotypes, but God bless it, today's not that day.
To keep them afloat.
Where's the money?
Hey, Tony, what channel's the Wi-Fi on? I got packet lost, Tony. Are we under a double nat, Tony? I need you to forward those ports, Tony. I'm trying to play video games.
To make sure that that was well realized in Mafia the Definitive Edition as well.
What?
What? Tell Salieri from here on out this place is ours. Capiche?
In this particular mission, you can go in guns blazing.
Tony, I can't join. I gotta download a patch, Tony. It's 120 gigabytes, Tony.
It's about player preference and really creating the
Gamagoosh
that they want for these specific missions. These specific combats. When we sat down to do the remake for Mafia, we took a look at all the systems and gameplay mechanics that
I'm sure Mafia is a great game.
Upgrade to 2020 standards. The game was built and released in 2002, so a lot has changed in terms of core mechanics. One big focus for us was
why is Chrome using so much RAM, Tony?
Capture kind of the visceral feel of gunplay that we wanted. We actually started with the gunplay from Mafia 3 and then evolved over time. And we wanted to
very serious game. Sorry.
A little bit more life and death in Mafia, the Definitive Edition. So you're thinking about when you pop out of cover, when you blind fire, when you reload, which weapon that you're using at any given time. Vehicles is another area that we knew from the outset we wanted to improve upon. We built our driving model off the back of the driving model from Mafia 3, but then tweaked it.
What a good, 20-second sketch idea.
For us,
although,
very important that we captured the
if I were a YouTube comedian, I would turn it into a 20-minute sketch that somehow became very misogynistic somehow, because I ran out of ideas and had to end the sketch.
Kind of car chases. So the game comes out September 25th. Really excited. The team's been working really hard to finalize it. I'm very, very proud of the team, what they've been able to accomplish the last couple of months working from home. So I hope everybody gets a chance to play it when it comes out.
What do they call you, son?
Thomas. Thomas Angelo, sir.
Jumped in a giant battle between knights and pirates, and I was a knight. There was a rousing speech which ended me stabbing a leading pirate in the throat with a dagger. Christ almighty. Alright.
You'll be able to try
that
yourself when
that
the
got
game
realistic
launches
and
on
dark.
PS4, Xbox One, and PC on September 25th.
Coming up next, we have a new look at The Survivalists, an adventure-filled sandbox set in the Escapists universe where you'll need to train monkeys to help you survive.
I haven't played the Escapists.
Peggy 7.
Why do I dream like this? Who knows, man? Sometimes, it's maybe not a reflection of you. This looks very cute. Very cute. Oh. Any game where you can have little helper monkeys bring you things is a very good game. Monkcraft. Look at these monkeys. I want a monkey army. Oh, a shark. I want to train a monkey army to fight a shark while I watch. Yes. That person was dabbing. My astronomy class taught my professor with dropping F's in chat men, and he dropped one in chat for Pluto.
Expected to launch on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch later this year.
Yeah.
Up next is a new mind-bending first-person shooter from developer Ratloop Games Canada.
We all dropped F's for
Pluto. Joined by game director James Anderson to help us wrap our minds around it all.
This looks less like Doom 3. Oh, right, this game. Never mind.
Hi, I'm James Anderson from Ratloop Games Canada. We're an indie studio based out of Montreal, Canada.
This is the Time Loop game?
Director, currently working on Lemnis Gate. You might have seen our reveal trailer on opening night live.
Yes, it was.
But today we're here and very excited to share more details with you.
Jeez.
So Lemnis Gate is a turn-based strategy first-person shooter where each character on your team is controlled by you. So how this works is the whole game is set inside of a 25-second time loop.
Generic looted shooter? Oh.
Adding characters.
Big ol' pupper, you
So for example,
you cynically reached conclusions far too early with this one.
Every single
This is actually
in that
a pretty fundamentally unique kind of
over and
game.
over
I don't know that I've
until
ever heard of any game operating
Then the
like this
opponent
one.
does the
Frozen
same
Synapse
thing,
is
plays
actually
the
as close as it gets, but that was
So
not
now there'll be
competitive
two
multiplayer.
characters looping.
How can you have time travel in multiplayer?
25-second period. So then we take turns going back and forth, adding more and more characters into the same 25-second time loop until the end of the 10th round, where there'll be 5 of me and 5 of you all looping over the same 25 seconds. So if I could summarize how it feels or how it plays, it's kind of like chess meets first-person shooter.
Nice.
It's a game where strategy
It's chess with
is just
guns.
as important as skill. And in order to survive, you'll need keen observation skills, careful planning, and some skillful execution.
It's a really cool idea.
So here we're looking at some exclusive footage. It's taken in one of our worlds called the Arbor. So in Lemnis Gate, all of our different maps take place on different worlds spanning the entire galaxy, which creates a great variety of location as you play. We're currently watching a 1 versus 1 game, but we do support 1v1 and 2v2 online. And what's really cool about Lemnis Gate is as a side effect of being a turn-based shooter, you can actually play local multiplayer using past the controller setup.
Oh, no
What we're
way!
seeing right now is a local game, so you actually get to see the
Past the
perspective of
controller,
both
man.
competing players at the same time.
I miss that kind of game so much.
So you might have noticed
It's been
a little
years
train
since I think
flying
I've even seen a
around.
past
We call this
controller
our
multiplayer
spectator
game.
mode. So before you take your turn, you can freely move the camera around the entire map, and you'll see that the time loop's playing out underneath you, so you have full visibility. All the characters and all the actions that have taken place so far in the game are fully visible to you. Another cool feature in Lemnis Gate is what we call Ghost Mode. So in Lemnis Gate, if you die, death is not final. You keep playing for the remainder of the 25-second round. This is because you can go back in time on the next round and save your previous character from dying, and any actions that you took as a ghost will become reality in a new timeline. Lemnis Gate is coming to PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in early 2021. We'll be sharing much more information closer to that time. But right now you can wishlist us on Steam to stay up to date with current news and announcements. So thanks a lot for watching, and we really hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
This game is for big brain people? Yeah. Need to play this game to understand it.
I could have used James's help when I was fighting Psycho Mantis.
David, please.
Check out Frozen Synapse,
launch on
I think.
PC,
Frozen Synapse will probably
PS4,
give you a good
and Xbox
idea
One in
mechanically of where this game's
2021.
going, but yeah.
Our next
it's
game
neat.
is a world premiere from developer.
I feel like that's the sort of game where you would feel like an idiot for the first 10 matches, but then you'd start to figure it out. Paradise Killer's coming out next week. J-Rick. They actually announced a release date for it 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, that is David Hayter. It's David Hayter and Debbie Mae West. Snake and Meryl together at last. Yes. Oh yeah. Let me check. Let me double check. But yeah, Paradise Killer is coming out very soon. And yeah, I was getting a little curious about it too. Saw it yesterday. September 4th. Yeah. It is a nice dress battle royale. Steph! Oh. It's usually not a good idea to interrupt her when she goes, son of a bitch, and stands up and walks away.
Monster
Someone on
Harvest
the
is
internet
being developed
complimented
for
your nice
PC,
dress.
PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. Next, we are excited to feature a collection of upcoming games making their way to Nintendo Switch. We've got a Madcap multiplayer racer and a fire-breathing addition to your illustrated army. But first, a talking cat.
Still need it.
Exclusive.
It's for your convenience.
It all started when I found this book.
What the
Wait,
Oh, no.
are you actually talking back to me?
Took you a while, huh?
The Necronomicon in all its glory.
It should never fall into the hands of madmen.
You really think I want to be like you for the rest of my life?
She's really unhappy with her current situation.
Sassy cat.
Man,
This looks great.
This is just like in the movies.
This looks like a LucasArts game.
The men in red shirts are notorious.
This is like straight up Day of the Tentacle looking animation, or like
Can barely contain my enthusiasm.
like Full Throttle.
Yeah, well, it ain't all fun and
Yeah,
games.
this looks
We're
exactly
dealing with lunatics here.
This
LucasArts game.
giving me the serious creeps.
Strange and mysterious are why I work this beat.
Wait a minute. Care to explain what's going on here?
Do you ever watch the moon buzz co-op?
This looks good. This looks very good. I wonder if it's gonna be. Oh man, even that like. I'm guessing it's point and click, and then people even have that like gobbity mouth.
Rude.
That like Monkey Island, like almost overdone animation. I love it. Oh my gosh. Like RC Pro-Am? King of Toast, thanks for the Prime. Zigronaut, thanks for the Prime. Skullzors, thank you for the Prime. Oh, what? Why would you... interesting. Anything interesting? Yeah. There was a cool looking horror shooter called Quantum Error. Looked like Doom 3, so I'm super into it. There's... Oh man, there's just so many names, I'm blanking on them, unfortunately. The 4D chess game looks really cool, but that was announced yesterday. Die by the Blade looked neat. Kind of reminded me of a Bushido Blade, like a 1v1 sword duel game. What was the name of the cat game we just saw?
Product not yet rated.
Gibbous, yeah. That looked really cool. Aw. Looks like it's grid-based? Oh, no, never mind. Kinda, maybe? Okay, yeah, it is grid-based then. Are we dealing with like classic turn-based rogue kind of stuff? Any VA for this trailer? The VA costs money. This is like an indie game show. It's I'm sure it's whatever partners they could arrange. Pretty interesting of them to, like, I don't know, it's weird, like, most roguelikes now are real time. People don't really do that Sheer and the Wanderer style anymore, where it's like everyone only takes a turn when you do, kind of deal. Crown Trick, alright. Kind of looks like Rock of Ages, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I do like that smug dragon, though. What is even going on? Yep. You know it's good medieval drawings when animals are farting on each other. Incalinati? Like Illuminati?
Mini Motor Racing X will hit Switch later this year with Inculinati, following in 2021.
A little closer to release is Werewolf: The Apocalypse: Heart of the Forest, which we exclusively debuted in our June show. And today, we're excited to reveal how you can try it for yourself.
Played Flash games like this? Yeah, I would say, like, when is Newgrounds Flash animation going to become its own style, but, you know. Castle Crashers.
Say what?
the tabletop RPG queen in me was screaming when I saw this. Oh, this is a brutal.
Ah.
Oh my.
This kind of reminds me of World of Horror. I could do with more games like this.
A lot like the role-playing game.
Oh yeah, Newgrounds a little bit. Neato. I do like it when games,
Werewolf the
as much as
Apocalypse
RPGs
is coming
and
to PC in
CRPGs try to
2020.
recreate
We are
the
pleased to
experience of
announce
playing a
that a new
tabletop
demo is
campaign,
available free
it is
right
nice when
now on
games
Steam.
go even more in that direction.
Hey, Debbie.
Or abandon the
Are you
pretense.
running your own detective agency?
That would be
Just
no.
Well, that's
story and then
because our next game requires
making
you
it
to
very
solve
clear
cases
where your
with
decision points
real-world
are.
Research. This is Chinatown Detective Agency.
Huh.
You want to see a
Yeah.
city's
Now, Disco Elysium is probably the closest
secrets?
a CRPG has gotten to. Well, I guess Divinity Original Sin 2.
I've met many unusual characters as
When are you going to be a streamer in a gameplay trailer?
when I turned PI.
I've been asked, but I answered the email too late for it to matter.
I won't lie.
I don't know. It's weird, man.
Hey, Will.
This looks cool, and it looked cool. Oopsie. Uh-oh, stinky. I'm sure it'll come back. Oh, roll it again from the top. Oh no, no sizzle. I wanted to see that game. Dang it. Uh-oh. Are they rolling the intro? Oh, there.
I used James's help when I was fighting Psycho Mantis.
David, please.
Oh no.
Lemnis Gate is going to launch on
no.
PC, PS4, and Xbox One in early 2021.
Somebody's clicking around.
Our next game is a world premiere from developer
Fuck!
and it looks like it's going to be the perfect retreat from our
Deleted a
otherwise-
file, renamed it. Everything's broken. That's good. It gives me time to break into an interesting topic. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this, alright? I consider it busted. I consider the system busted, myself personally, that I can make any money doing what I'm doing right now. Let's start there. That's not fair. Basically I'm saying that having worked like 2 years at a fried chicken restaurant, worked 4 years at a GameStop, worked 2 years at a Staples, like I know what shit jobs are, and this is not it. Okay, that said, you guys can disagree if you want, but I'm building up to a point. How do you feel? What's the right thing morally to do when a publisher is like, hey, oh, you played our beta or you played our demo, we'd like to include clips of your stream in our like promotional stuff. That's when it's explicitly marketing material. And if it's explicitly marketing material, should I get compensated
Monster Harvest
for that?
is being developed for PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox.
From like my reactions or my likeness
We are
being
excited
used to
feature
encourage other
collection
people to
of
buy
upcoming
something?
games making their way to Nintendo Switch. We've got a madcap.
Even if it's something I would have played, I already played.
Illustrated
The
art.
videos are already out there, and I already got paid. Bearing that in mind, the first time I may have gotten subs or cheers or whatever just by playing the damn thing. So no, because it's exposure. Okay, well, exposure's bullshit. So
Wait, are you actually talking back to me?
Took you a while, huh?
I get to see this again, I guess.
Necronomicon in all its
It's a double dip, but yeah, you have value.
Into the hands of madmen.
You really think I want to be like you for the
Do you
rest
see
of my
Rubber Ninja
life?
going off on Burger King's
She's
Twitch
really
ad campaign?
unhappy
Oh
with her
yeah,
current
that.
situation.
This is going to be an unpopular viewpoint, but
Just like in the movies.
if you set up an automatic robot to read things for you when you get money,
Hear that, kitty?
yeah, someone's going to abuse it. That's why I don't have TTS on.
Barely contain my enthusiasm.
That stuff.
Yeah, well.
Well, that's a shame. Because our next
yes,
game
we're back.
solve cases with real-world
You
research.
should get paid because your likeness is being weaponized.
Is
Weaponized is a strong
Chinatown Detective
word,
Agency.
but- You're an athlete that got a Coke sponsorship, even though you already drink Coke. I don't think it's a big deal.
Darkest secrets.
That's a good point.
Open up a
Okay,
detective agency and wait for them to walk through.
now let's spice it up a little bit. It's an indie game.
I've met many unusual characters.
It's an indie game with a small budget.
But when I turned PI, Here's a whole different ballgame. I won't lie though, they pay well.
Still yes?
There's a shadow, bespectacled, cigarette.
It's getting co-opted.
That smile to hide his true intention.
Help those homies out.
Call me Rupert. I work for a special group of people with a
depends if you like them or not. Still yes on principle? Okay.
An enigma, elegant, graceful, and if my knowledge of the nuances of human nature serves me right.
Ask for soda. There we go.
Always 2 steps ahead of you.
You can call me Tiger Lily.
This is interesting. Oh my gosh, the Asian lady's name is Tiger Lily. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Ask for stickers. Now we're talking. So that's interesting. I realize more and more that I am typically a lot more prudish with the things I ask money for and the amounts of money I ask for when other people just don't have any single compunction about it. Other people will dead ass ask for money for the dumbest shit, and I'm like, I wouldn't even think to do that. Oh, negotiate? The studio seems smaller, strapped for cash. Then I go for credit in the game, or having my Twitch handle shown in the promotional material. Make enough money to live doing what you do tells something very good about the state our countries are doing. It may be an illusion to some degree, but it lasts forever, but it's awesome. If you make enough money, it's not taking money from the indies or low money is good. Always take money from big companies. Yeah, I wonder about that. Like, how bad do things have to get before people don't have the disposable income to sustain what I'm doing? Because I'm purely at the whim of people's disposable income right now. Not a lot about that.
Chinatown.
You could argue the same stance with taking quotes from reviewers and using it in advertisements. Well, the publishers charge for that. I don't know if you knew that, but if you see a drop quote from Kotaku on something, Kotaku got paid for that.
Horror game
quite a bit.
Hits you and your friends against
that actually costs a lot.
AI
Licensing drop quotes for reviews.
So
I guess it's kind of the same thing.
Let's take a look at the game.
Not all quotes or not all?
Not all quotes.
Oh, so not all outlets will charge. Okay. I don't care about Jurassic Park.
Hey there, I'm Dan DeRocha, studio head at Jaw Drop Games.
This may not even be Jurassic Park. I just saw a dinosaur.
Dinosaur survival horror game.
Yeah, you're right. It is exactly the same. Okay, it's just a dino survival horror. All right.
Deathground is a solo and co-op survival horror game that throws
players into desperate battle
Strandy.
I don't even know
deadly AI dinosaurs.
This is cool.
What you're seeing at the moment is first playable gameplay footage of Deathground.
Deathground. All right. Dead by Dino. Yeah. This is cool. Oh man, you even got little aliens motion tracker. Okay. This is really cool.
Everything you see is pre-alpha and of course subject to heavy improvement.
What a neat idea. Oh, why hasn't there been a Jurassic, like, it seems so obvious. Why wouldn't there be a Jurassic Park branded version of this? But because this is like scenes from the movie. This is awesome. It's weird to think about your streams and your reactions are your product, which we are consuming for money in one way or another. If a studio wanted to take your footage, I think it's reasonable that you are licensing your product. Yeah, you're right. You are right. It's very hard for me to, and to some degree I actually actively don't want to and would never embrace the fact that my state of being is a monetizable social good. Something that
Thanks for watching. Enjoy this small teaser and wishlist
that produces any amount of social, like, currency or compensation. I'm all about dinosaurs. I don't care that I'm a grown man. In fact, being a grown man means you should be more about dinosaurs. I think it's, if you can be an adult and go through some shit, if you can, like, live a life and have suffered and still enjoy something because of what it is, like because of its purity or because it just speaks to you, I think that's stronger than just being a child that's infatuated with a thing, you know? I really liked Ninja Turtles when I was 7. I don't right now. So whatever, life has beaten that out of me, but you know what? I still love those video games. I think that's just where you know where your passions are, you know? They're using likeness as well, risk faster association with the company deserves compensation. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's, instead of thinking about it like in terms of, is this morally acceptable to take money for? Is this something I consider worth getting paid for? It's more like, is somebody making money off this? The market needs to dictate the morality of it, not my own head.
Exclusive look at Deathground. Next, we're
The biggest
joining
problem, as we all
Earth's
know, is most
mightiest
people
heroes.
monetizing us without telling us.
A new gig.
Taking
My
it back to the
bandana's
individual's
at the
hands
dry
as much as
cleaner.
possible is
David,
the most we can do.
I'm talking about the Avengers.
It's a very good
Marvel's
point.
Avengers.
It's a very good point.
Here's Warzone director Phil Therian to tell us more about how the heroes interact in this exciting
Marvel's Avengers. Compensation does not have to be in straight money. You can make a deal with the company. Something they can manage feels worth it. Excellent point. Excellent point.
My name is Phil Therian, and I'm
you guys are
director on Marvel's Avengers at Crystal.
You guys are giving me perspectives I didn't have, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
We really wanted to have a pretty diverse
It looked like that dude was called
group of
Synthol.
activities.
What's going on in the upper left there? What?
It's accessible to everybody.
It's like random.
You have 5 minutes to play. You have 10 minutes. You have 2 hours. We have something for you. And that quickly became the different mission types. So when we crafted the Tundra Vault, this applies to a lot of our missions.
Yeah.
We didn't want to just constantly be fighting. We wanted the players to have a chance to get distracted a little bit by figuring out how to open up puzzles and how to do different types of activities. You might go rescue some faction NPCs that are trapped somewhere, or you might need to figure out how to get inside one of those little aim depots that you've no doubt seen in the Tundra Vault. It gives you something else to
You run up to it and kill everyone in front of it, and then the door opens.
of choice when you're going through these missions.
You don't have that. I don't know what you're talking about. There's like bonus objectives, that's it.
And then your goal is to reproduce that sequence.
Oh.
And take control of the vault until the security measures are disarmed for that.
You got raid mechanics now?
It's really one of those fights where you want the heroes to be together, trying to defend the control.
Yeah, right. No one's gonna stay together in this game. You don't give player characters flight and then expect them to stay in one spot.
While you're doing that, so you might have to split your focus. It really requires all the players to be fighting together.
They don't.
There's a lot of enemies that'll
And they
actually try
won't.
to stop you from getting these vaults. It makes sense because there's some really good rewards at the end.
Players don't behave that way.
As long as one
You have to-
person remains in the control section in front of the vault, you can keep the sequence going.
Which means one person will stay there because they're the only ones reading. Everyone else is going to run off and die on their own.
Each other as possible.
And then the one person sitting in the circle is going to get overwhelmed.
Beneficial abilities that you can get from being close to your friends.
We'll do that in Destiny.
Commodity,
Yeah.
you might benefit
Trey,
from
actually,
the
just
hero.
last... No,
Everybody's
night before
all
last.
hands on deck.
I was playing some Strike where, yeah, you have to sit in a ghost circle while he hacks something, and everyone just like, it's gone.
People may not have noticed.
Even though the quest objective says, go back to the fucking circle, everyone was still just running around like a moron.
There's actually 3 different places that the entrance could be, so part of the...
I'm still pissed off about my fucking glove in Destiny. God damn it. I think if enough time goes by, I might make myself okay with it and try to grind it back out again. But it was the longest one. It was the gloves. I had 2,000 elemental kills, and I had finally finished it.
Wrapping up the bugs.
And then since Destiny keeps fucking throwing trash in your inventory, I dismantled a Solstice piece that was completed.
Things that will be coming out after launch, because
and then if you pull it out of your collections, it comes back completely
time.
wiped, started over.
Starting September 1st, and then September.
Did anything good come out of the War thing in New World? Yeah, I uninstalled the game. I got my hard drive space back.
You made it.
I don't know. I didn't play it. You'd have to ask Bruce. People said that if you get it out of the Solstice package, somehow it has its objectives filled.
Stadia and Xbox One on September 4th, with PS5 and Xbox Series X versions later this year.
Our next game was one of the stars at our June show, and today we are
Chris
thrilled to
Tales.
share a new trailer from the
Yeah, big F on that one.
RPG.
It's okay. It doesn't actually matter. It's only cosmetics. Solstice sets drop at levels, so it wasn't even a progression thing.
I saw the future as a kid.
I know you can lock Crux, or Kirks, but thank you for at least acknowledging that I've been told that. The thing is, Arcade or Urkhead, thank you for the sub. We have 2 babies, 2 stream babies, which implies you caught a baby the exact second you popped one out. But that's why those armors take longer to dismantle. They do not, Iceman. They're purples and they dismantle just as fast as anything else. Lol.
I've made
Man,
my choice to stand tall in the face of tyranny.
Iceman, you're usually pretty cool at chat, but damn, I am getting so over people rolling their eyes at that shit. It's BS that there is no auto dismantle rule in Destiny. That would be quality of life shit that's pretty easy, and it's in a lot of other games. If power level's under black, it just auto dismantles.
Because then,
or if you have Solstice progression on a gear set, maybe put up a warning. Maybe make it take longer to dismantle. Maybe anything. Nope. Maybe stop cramming my inventory full of junk-ass trash.
Tales is set to launch
Maybe.
on November 17th
Bungie ain't gonna
for
do it.
PC, PS4,
I'm
Google
bitter.
Stadia,
I'm bitter. I'm obviously bitter.
Nintendo Switch, as well as PS5 and Xbox Series X in the future.
There's something called DIM that auto-vulture shit.
We're
Oh,
excited to
Destiny
take a
Item
deeper
Manager.
look
Yeah,
at how
maybe I need to do
recruitment
that.
missions work in Watch Dogs Legion.
The
If you
thing
haven't been
is,
paying attention,
yes, it's
this
my
is the
fault.
action
I
game
accept
that's going
that.
to let any
I can still be bitter though. Also, somebody in chat while I was playing Destiny before this happened said, definitely lock items that you don't want to dismantle. Somebody told me that, and I ignored them. So, it's my fault twice over. I accept this. I still hate it. I still hate it. When it's 1:30 and I've been grinding Gambit for 3 hours, it's wild to me that the game has a state where you can undo about 6 hours of grinding in a second, in literally 1 second.
As anyone, but to get someone on the team, you've got to actually help them solve some of their problems. You've got to talk them into joining DedSec and show them that you're there to fight for the people and convince them to join the resistance.
Also, they've done
So
Solstice
right now,
before.
We're going to take a look at one of the recruitment missions in the game, and we're going to dive in.
You're getting an RTX 3090.
Who's a beekeeper.
I'll have to look
This is
at.
a really fun
I'll have to
character
look
to
at.
play. She can shoot a bee swarm, which is actually
benchmarks.
nano bees, and also has
I'm
an
not
overcharger,
convinced
which
that
is a really cool, unique weapon that
it's going to be
synergizes with the bees and
that much better than a 2080 Ti to be worth the money.
So it's a really fun type of character to play with, and so we're going to go see what her situation is and see how we can help her and see how we can convince her to join DedSec.
It's about time someone
When I worked for the
stands up
Smithsonian
and
Magazine, a
does
historian
something
and writer, I had to
for
write an
the
article on the
game.
resurgence
Are
of
you
superhero movies in the modern
All
culture.
right. I
My
need to
60-year-old
try to help
historian boss was so
destroy my
confused as
life's
to the
work.
appeal of the Avengers movies.
Excuse
He
me?
considered
I
them, in
was
his own
working
words,
for
a
Big
tripe
Pharma,
of
medical
light shows and
researchers.
bad writing.
Busting my ass. And then my boss steals my research,
There
sells
is
it
an
to Albion,
age.
and fires me.
There is an age where stories like that cease to have any appeal, I think.
Me can't be a part of something like that. It keeps me up at night. Can you destroy my old files?
So it sounds like we need to find some files and destroy them for her. And we took the tube to get there. We have the full London tube, so you can fast travel all around the world using
Yeah, there's
the
some
tube.
truth to that.
Or of course,
I mean,
in the
imagine
world game, can
you
drive
spent the
it wherever
last
you
40
want.
years of your life
Passing
seeing the
some,
same hero story told in a
autonomous
million different
cars, you notice
ways.
the little logo
And then here
on the
comes
windshield.
Marvel,
That
and
means
everyone
they're
treats it
actually
like it's this
driverless
new
vehicles,
thing, and you're like,
which is a nice little touch of our new
Oy.
future London.
Oh,
It also
you
makes
children.
feel a little bit better about stealing vehicles as you run through the world. And
Game is this?
looks like
Watch
we are
Dogs
now in
Legion.
Lambeth. So Lambeth is one of the 8 boroughs that we have in the game. It's a big one south of the river, and we're going to do a little scouting here. So classic Watch Dogs gameplay, using cameras to scout the location. And we found the person who we need to do the download from. Now, of course, you could have stealthed in here, come in guns blazing.
fair, good superhero moves were
use
not
some of
common
your
before
remote control
Marvel.
gadgets. Looks like in this one we're going to use the camera system and actually download
I
this
speculate.
location without
This is me
ever
speaking out of my depth because I'm
so,
not
obviously hacking
60
is core
plus.
to the Watch Dogs brand, and
I
this is a good
think
example
once
of
you get that
being
perspective on
sneaky
life,
and clever and
the
actually
difference
getting
between
what you
good
need
and bad
without
superhero
ever
movies
know you
becomes
were
immaterial.
Sending it now.
It's more the context of what they say and the meat they offer your life.
I'm on my way.
There are
where the
movies
files
that
are
offer
stored,
genuine
and we need to come
perspectives
through
on the
some
human
stuff.
experience.
We're now north
Marvel
of the
movies
river at
typically
New
do
Scotland
not.
Yard, which is one of the locations where
They
Albion has taken over from
they
the
attack the
police.
most
The
palatable,
police has been,
most
pushed out of
broadly
Watch Dogs Legion, and
understandable
Albion,
aspects
military
of the
contractors
human
have taken over,
experience.
so that's who you'll see here. And looks like we've swapped
That is
characters
definitely
now
an
to
incorrect
a
take.
hooligan, which is a really fun archetype to play.
You can't say that because I was speaking speculatively about somebody who's like 60 or 70 years
Call
old.
in some football mates. And
Come back to me in 4 decades
3 additional
and see if let me know if your perspective on Marvel films is exactly the same. I would hope it's not. If I'm being real, I think if you still get everything out of a Marvel film in 40 years that you did today,
if you don't escalate to gun
then
combat,
to me that says that
won't escalate either. You can try to control these situations in melee and
oh, not me, the other guy. I'm sorry.
having to go completely hot.
I'm sorry. Context can be hard to tell in chat.
And you can also see the AR Shroud ability here. This is one of the things you can buy in our upgrade screen to help you with stealth through the game. So,
gotcha. The no good superhero movies before MCU. My bad.
Guards. It's another one of our cool little tech abilities.
They weren't quite as collected or branded, but yeah.
And now we're taking care of those files for sharing.
Superman 2.
And still got to make our way out though. Of course, you could have played this any number of ways. You could have.
At least Logan kind of had something to say. Yeah, Logan kind of bit off a little bit more. It was still sort of that sort of prepackaged like
the freedom of approach
old man finding redemption at the end of his life. Like I feel like it was. Yeah, sorry, spaghettis. My bad.
Now that looks like we've done.
They got no. They didn't yell at you. They got your back, man.
And,
I was the asshole that was yelling at you.
Fun beekeeper
You gotta
to play with and shoot swarms of bees at people. This is actually something that
it tells me I'm worth yelling at a streamer for.
Look out for that in the version of the game. But yeah, that was a recruitment mission.
I liked Logan a lot.
You can grab the
game for him. God damn it! See, I'm messing everything up today. I'm sorry.
Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PC, and Stadia on October 29th. Thanks a lot for watching.
Watch Dogs
I'm just a
Legion
mess
is
today.
coming to PC,
Just a mess.
PS4, Google Stadia, and Xbox One on October 29th. And it'll launch on PS5 and Xbox.
I would say that's probably the.
I think it's time for a palate cleanser.
The universal appeal.
And would you believe it?
Beef Boys.
This next game is about cooking. I'm a genius. Anyway, let's check in with Team 17, who have an exciting update to share on its quirky.
Why is this presentation so much better than the Keeley one? Because it doesn't seem as choked by other interests. And the Game Awards, as like reverent and austere as they are, have been getting pretty uncomfortably marketing heavy lately.
I'm Mark Lopez, one of the co-founders of
like I know you've got to pay for the show, and you got to make the money. Why not? You know, siphon those PR budgets. More power to you. But God damn, the adjacency is what makes me uncomfortable.
Himself at home at a cursed villa everyone is terrified of.
To be like, we love games, and then a free-to-play game that's targeting kids. I'm like,
he'll have to farm, craft, and cook to stay afloat.
Which is what makes me really skeezed out by the Gamescom show and the awards.
Get to know well. We want
like
to make it so it
awards given out to games that aren't even out yet. That is marketing. Like that's marketing with the flimsiest veneer of respect for and celebration of games.
Zest would tell you that
best action game. That made like that really stuck in my head because I'm like, that smells like money. That smells like someone got paid. That smells like Jeff Keighley got paid to have a awards show. And like it was the Game Awards at least have effort put into them, effort in the presentation, and they have the winners like accept and like there's some amount of celebrating the game. This was just best game goes to publisher who paid us to be in this conference. That really bothered me. Like Death Stranding having Jeff in it. That doesn't bother me so much. Really.
Hello, my name is Christian.
Because
I'm co-founder at Infinigon Games.
I'm confident that Jeff himself did not intrude in the awards process.
That you can grow in your plants, crops, animals like cows.
I'm just more skeezed out by games that aren't even out winning awards without any information about how they were nominated, what they were voted for. Like, you need some transparency about that, especially when you're throwing awards to games that aren't even out yet. In like categories that make no sense.
Others don't.
With IGN branding.
Carefully which ingredients you want to use in your dish in order to satisfy.
Everything about that feels wrong.
Hi, I'm Jax. I'm a game designer from Team 17, and I'm working.
But this is at least games with the devs talking about the games they're making. Like that automatically is a little more respectful and authentic, I think.
Then is going to need to learn how to make sauces. They're a powerful addition to cooking.
Russian game Atomic Hearts.
The ability to the properties of a dish. And this is
people were talking about that a while ago. I don't know much about it.
Players cooking off against an
opponent. Atomic Heart.
Sauces can influence the judge's taste, which then in turn can mess up the opponent. There are lots of sauce recipes.
There's an RTX tech
demo. It's up
to
the player to figure out which sauce to make and when to use it. Sauces won't always have the desired results, but experimenting is the fun part.
Epic Chef is coming out in 2021. You can wish.
Yeah, I understand. Like.
We'll be happy to
I don't know. Awards for unreleased games in general are really sketchy in the first place, despite the category, because essentially you're giving an award to their PR campaign, which is fine. I feel like games PR is an art and deserves acknowledgement and celebration. But once you start doing that, you start saying the quiet part out loud.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla with the game's narrative director.
I always thought the whole early access is just beta you can buy things, shielded games from criticism that used to be so common, should be offset by a game that isn't out yet, isn't eligible for any awards. I guess, yeah.
Hello, I'm Darby McDevitt, and I'm the narrative director for Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I don't know that the two are necessarily
a little bit deeper.
Like, I don't know that those have equal weights, but
more specifically, the mythical
thing is like, who's going to enforce that?
Century England.
There's no like,
of course, about the daughters of Lear.
There's no council of game awards. As much as Jeff Keighley owns that entire space.
Of Ragnar Lothbrok.
So he can do whatever he wants, as long as he gets the eyeballs. That's really it. And he still got them. So
the Black Shuck is a particular piece of mythology that's very, very common in England. There are a lot of stories and tales about black dogs that roam the night. The Black Shuck is particular to East Anglia, but there are a lot of black dog phenomenon found around England.
what unreleased game won an award? All of them.
Comes from an old
Every award given was for an unreleased game, except for Tell Me Why, which came out the day of the award show.
It could mean devil, come from the word devil, or it could come from the word that means shaggy. In any case, the Black Shuck comprises both those elements. It's generally known as a black shaggy dog that's the devil
Man, so
incarnate.
this is
So
just
we decided to
Odyssey,
put
huh?
This piece of mythology in the game and allow Eivor to come across it and tangle
Same UI. Looks like same fight mechanics. I guess what are you gonna do? Odyssey is about as good as it gets, I guess.
A poor victim of someone's fury.
Now, the Daughters of Lyrian are our
This is
own
just Witcher?
homage to Shakespeare and his play King
Yeah, I guess.
Lear.
Well, no.
The
Witcher
play
abilities
King
aren't on
Lear is actually based
cooldown.
a historic figure from
They're on.
time
They're on
before our
resources. You have to have
game set.
adrenaline
But we thought
or
it would be fun to put a little quasi-historical
reagent
stuff
uses.
into this game.
So, bit of a gameplay tweak there.
Cordelia, Regan,
Cooldowns is a little
Goneril are the
noobier.
Daughters of Lyrian, and they are sort of protecting their father's legacy, a man who was betrayed by the people.
Yeah,
of
no,
East
it's
Anglia. And you'll
Witcher's
find
more interesting than
evidence
this,
of
but
story scattered
it's a
throughout
hacker
East
slasher,
Anglia,
whatever.
and a little
Slasher
bit beyond.
looter.
You'll meet
It's
the
Odyssey.
three daughters, all of whom have a
They just had to make
chip
another
on their
game.
shoulder. But you'll also, if you dig deeper into the territories,
A
you'll
lot of
find
Odyssey, I
a
think,
lot more
kind of
to the
accidentally
story.
did reuse
So
some stuff from
people with a
Origins.
sharp
Screw them.
eye and
Because it is in
desire
the
to
same region of the
explore
world,
will
right?
actually be able to finish this story.
Am I off about that? No, it's not. But I feel like you could probably wouldn't be that hard to reuse a lot of that terrain. There was a part in Odyssey where I was like, this is just Bayek's house. Like, this entire area is just Bayek's house.
Very famous Viking who came over to England.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know why I was thinking that.
Our game is set.
It's Greece and Egypt.
And he did quite a bit of damage. And
they're close, but
he made
culturally
a lot
very
of
different.
enemies.
Yeah.
And there were two kings in the north, or two men in the north, who wanted to be.
It's not that surprising to me after playing Odyssey that it came out so soon after Origins, because I was like, I see what you did.
King Ella was generally credited as the one who killed Ragnar Lothbrok by throwing him.
I have to appreciate that Ubi is getting very good about cranking out these games. The thing is, they're too good at it, and I think they overfished the ocean.
Courageous warriors who have lost all sense of purpose now that their leader, their Jarl, or their king Ragnar is dead. So you'll find these Drengir scattered throughout England and Norway, and they each have a story to tell, and each of them wants to die in a glorious battle so that they can be with their beloved Ragnar in Valhalla.
Is AC good?
So Eivor will have an opportunity to meet with
Bobble,
their side of the
by
story,
too good, I mean efficient.
send them to
They got good at making broadly palatable, big open world, map icon filled games. They've been doing it
we
for a
put
long
a lot
time.
of care and effort into rewarding people who just want to get off the beaten path.
Odyssey is
This
well
is
after
just
Origins.
a small sample of the mythology and cultural rituals.
Going to be interested in Ragnarok as being Scottish. This is my mythos. Oh, that's cool, Scott.
Full of this kind of stuff. So I hope you'll join us
That would
on
be
November
fun.
17th and dive in. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Seeing a game try to celebrate your culture and heritage. Games make you do the thing where you have to play in the modern world. They drag you out of the world and experience abruptly. They've been doing a lot less and less of that. Odyssey had Origins had a very small amount of that. Odyssey even less so. I wouldn't be surprised if Valhalla does even less.
Assassin's
Like maybe
Creed
just text
Valhalla
logs
is coming
somewhere
November
buried in the
17th
game.
to PS4,
No one cares
Xbox
about
One,
what's her
Stadia,
name. I don't even
and
remember,
PC,
man.
With PS5
It's weird.
and Xbox Series X to follow. Up next.
Yeah, you guys didn't know that was Assassin's Creed? Yeah,
Look at open world survival RPG Medieval Dynasty, which is only 1 minute away from confirming its release
Yeah,
date.
only about 4 times. And even then, Error, I haven't gotten all the way through the game, but like you're just in that 2-room thing. And you can like talk to an NPC and you can like read some emails and then you just go back into the Animus. It's silly. I do like the Abstergo layer to that game, but they've been justifying it less and less. Especially like the characters that you play as now, I feel like you don't even understand their motivations. So I really liked the setup they had for Assassin's Creed 1. I thought it justified it pretty well. So Origin wasn't the Origins. It was. Origins was the beginning of the Assassin's Creed.
Your place in history by founding your own dynasty.
Okay. Alright. I was disappointed that the build doesn't up and killed him off in AC3. I liked that. Stories have to end.
Is set to launch September
I was getting burned out, and it's just weird that, like, after Desmond, they just kind of bounced around to a few different protagonists and then landed on whoever they landed on with Origins. I can't remember her name. I like this logo on the bottom left. Anya? Yeah, that's it. Descendant of the Odyssey protagonist. Well, and the Origins protagonist,
My
right?
name is Simo Talasranta. I'm the composer, sound designer, and writer at
Oh no, wait, that's right.
I'm absolutely
That's why people were mad, because it implies that Cassandra has heterosexual sex at some point. They're like, no!
Morbid
She gets no dick!
Acolytes. Morbid the Seven Acolytes is a challenging isometric
Layla? Yeah, that
filled
sounds
with
familiar.
Lovecraftian horrors and Cronenbergian gore. The game takes place
This looks
in the
cool!
a vast and immersive fantasy world of gothic steampunk aesthetics, abound with profound and tragic backstory.
I love it.
In Morbid, you get to play as the last
The name of the game is Morbid?
a lone rebel striving to defeat the Seven Acolytes.
Hey Drew, what's up, man?
Powerful
Thank you for the resub.
possessed by the evil deities called Gahars.
They were Greek, you got everything? That's right.
And you'll free the kingdom.
Put everything in every hole.
The heavy yoke of their terror. Fail, and the malicious gods rule on as the Acolytes reign and madness prevails.
Do you have a sanity meter?
Speaking of madness,
Looks like you got brain meter on the left.
has a central role in the game.
Awesome.
The player must manage her mental health whilst facing the unspeakable horrors of the accursed
God, I
world
love
of
it.
Mourning.
I love games where you can go
Losing your
insane.
sanity in the game has some dire consequences.
Which means I need to play
as it
Darkest
affects
Dungeon.
many of your attributes and even brings forth new types of
Sanity meters are the best, right?
Another essential feature of the game are the blessings of Magratheus, a perk system which allows the player to level up and customize their character in countless combinations. Become a tanky warrior, an agile glass cannon, a trigger-happy gunslinger, or none of the above. The choice, the build is
Loveless Outlaw.
Challenging
Thank you for the
foes,
resub.
mini-bosses,
Thanks,
and
White Rabbit,
large-scale
for the
boss
gift.
fights are the heart
Has
of
it been announced if Cyberpunk will be available for next-gen consoles when
the
they launch?
insurmountable odds these obstacles
I don't think it has.
You must truly master
I think that's kind of on the nebulous
mechanics of
backwards
the game,
compatibility at
as
this
well as
point.
improve your character and
I
gear
think
through various RPG elements such as quests.
I feel like Microsoft has been a lot more clear
rules,
about their backwards compatibility, so I think it's a safe bet at this point that Series
We
X
are
will
very
play
excited
Cyberpunk.
to be bringing more the Seven Acolytes.
PS5 will probably play it on day one.
Xbox One.
Although Sony's been a little bit more vague about their backwards compatibility support. The bigger question is, like, are they going to do a next-gen upgrade patch, right? Oh, it was confirmed for both? Okay, never mind.
Morbid, the Seven Acolytes.
I'm into it. I'm
Thank
into
you
it.
so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the show. Magratheus bless you.
Marathia. Love it. God bless you. Damn. That's cool. That's cool character art,
The
too.
Seven Acolytes releases on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and
Man,
Nintendo
looks
Switch
like Alana.
later this year.
Just gonna go stab some
As we
demons.
get closer to the end of the show, don't you think it's time
Serious Sam
take
4.
a little breather from all this
Serious
action
Sam
and
4.
excitement?
Are they closing with
Absolutely
Serious
not.
Sam?
Coming up next is an incredible collection of upcoming games, and I
Sizzle
promise
reel.
that it'll be easier to follow than that whole.
Sizzle reel. Oh, I want to see that first one. That looks so cute. Is there anything in this world cuter than like a kinda short, super wide dude with a beard? I submit there is not. Lobotomized, that's you? Awesome. Oh, Persona 5 PC, don't even lie to me like that. I consider myself blessed that Dragon Quest XI-S is coming to PC. I'm hoping, praying, that somebody can mod in like the original graphical effects, but if the devs can't or don't want to do it, I feel like it'd be a lot of work for the community too. I played Game Dev Tycoon, I played Game Dev Story on mobile. Man, I love that game. I don't think I ever played Game Dev Tycoon. Serious Sam 4 is meh. You can't say that, Ryzen. It's not out yet. And how dare you? Maybe I should play through all the Serious Sam games before 4 comes out. Oof. I feel like by the end of 3, I'd be like, I don't want to play Serious Sam anymore. What was it? The First Encounter was free on the Epic Games Store? Man. I feel like First Encounter people are not gonna like watching so much. That's a lot of Sam. It is a lot. Yeah. Serious Sam 4 is. I'll get real tired of looking at sand, that's for sure. We got hats that do damage. This looks cute. We got equipment. Oh, I finally started watching the NoClip doc. Speaking of equipment on Final Fantasy XIV, it is crazy, man. How like I need to look up my review for Final Fantasy XIV because I basically called a lot of the shit that happened accidentally. It'd be like in my review, I remember saying like, this is a game that was developed pretending that World of Warcraft never came out, and it turns out that was actually literally the case. Man, I should have stuck to 1.0 though. I didn't know that they patched it like they did. I probably would have enjoyed some of the other stuff. I also didn't know that Hildebrand was introduced in 1.0. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I have the demo for this installed. I gotta check that out. I installed a ton of demos after the Summer Game Showcase and didn't get back to most of them. Damn it, I put too much sugar in this coffee. Bleh. I am just complaining about all the most petty shit today. I didn't get my pretty armored destiny. Somebody in chat said something that I momentarily disagreed with. I don't like looking at all these video game commercials. Jesus Christ, Lawrence, get your shit together, man. Maple syrup and coffee is pogger. I don't want to believe you. I'm really excited for Struggling. This looks like it'd be a really fun stream game. Also, that reminds again. I gotta get back to Freedom Finger.
Head over to GamesRadar.com for more info on all of those games and where you can play them.
Next up, we have a closer look at co-op adventure Operation Tango, which made its world premiere in our last show.
Exactly.
Here's how the hacker and Spirals.
No one in the world is suffering as much as I am right now. And my coffee did that thing where some coffee got cut under the lip and it dribbled on my shirt, so I had to wash it off, and now my tummy is all damp.
Tango. Oh, you took the hacker already.
Oh,
okay.
cool. He has a better beard than me.
Those are cool tattoos. I want to see that actually.
Oh, I see you.
I've been.
I see you. Hi.
Oh, this is sick. What? Oh, so this is like Lifeline, except the other player is not a brain dead idiot who doesn't understand what you're saying. I feel comfortable referencing Lifeline because for some reason everyone knows what that game is now.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so it's like keep talking and nobody explodes except. I love information asymmetry in games. Love it.
Okay, so the other one's in the other
I'd love to
corner.
watch you play Lifeline.
And you're heading like right for it.
Oh, now I see it.
Can you use any USB mic with a PS2? Or does it have to be like the PS2 headset?
4 and 1.8.
I played that when it came out, man.
4 in blue, 1.8 in yellow.
Gotcha.
Oh, this is cool. This is really cool.
Let's see what. Oh, what?
Imagine getting together with your friends and just like crushing some brews on a Friday and playing through a game like this. Yeah, Lifeline is bad.
Okay.
I used my Karaoke Revolution headset
Oh, we're good there.
to play Lifeline. Konami was on it, man.
Which safe contains the virus genome and crack it open.
This is awesome. This is awesome. You get to literally be the hacker in the van.
Alright, we don't know which one the virus is in, though. You had it in the right place, but on 2. Nope. Sorry, horizontal. Jesus, I'm not giving you good directions.
Also, like, a game that is pretty tuned to Let's Play material as well, which is really smart. It's like TTT, that kind of.
Okay.
It's not like that, but you know what I mean. It's like I can see
Oh my
every
God.
Let's Play group doing this and like, "Whoa, whoa, ah, ooh,"
Did we get it? Are we
dialing up all their reactions.
I want more. Like, I want to do another mission.
Operation Tango. Download the demo on Steam.
I love it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I've been thinking about.
Now here's something really.
I really
cool.
like the idea of like
Operation
circuitry
Tango's demo
tattoos,
is available
but
to play right now on Steam.
like
And
circuitry
as an
doesn't look
added
like
incentive,
it used
you
to.
can share your gameplay
So
video to raise
if you get a
funds
circuitry
for the
tattoo
It
that
Takes Two
is
to
kind of
Save the
dated,
World
or rather it will
charity
be, like
campaign
circuitry doesn't look like this
Oxfam.
anymore.
More details are
With like
available on the
traced leads and like
cleverplay.com
round
website
solder
and
points, but
gamesradar.com.
or round test points, but I guess
Our next
people still
game
read it
is
as
making
circuitry.
its
So
long-awaited return in 2020. Here's Toys for Bob producer Lou Studdert to tell us more about.
you're a
Crash
bad gamer, get a
Bandicoot
cool
4.
circuitry tattoo.
It's about time.
It's still a good aesthetic. I agree. Then it's retro. Yeah, I think it might, like what, I'm trying to think about when I'm 50 and technology is so far removed from that vision of technology that it would be obviously old.
Lou Studdert. I am a producer at Toys for Bob.
But I guess I have no idea what the future's going to look like.
Crash
So who
Bandicoot
knows?
4, it's about time. So what we're
Look
looking
at your
at
motherboard,
here
it still
is
looks like
something
that.
we,
If you look really
unveiled
close,
at opening night live.
some parts of it
This
can
is a
still
look
look
at
like
what we
that.
call
But
flashback tapes.
copper
It's a
copper
brand new
leads and
feature of
routes
Crash
are getting so
Bandicoot,
small
and
now
it's
that
something
they're not even
I'm
really
really excited
visible.
to talk about because it's
But you're
these
right. It's still
devious
kind of
puzzle
like
test
that.
rooms that actually take place before the events of Crash Bandicoot 1. And so
Oh,
players are
oh,
going to be
that's
discovering
okay.
these in the
That's
levels. They actually
cute.
have to pick up the flashback
If canonically
tapes
it's
in a
before
level
Crash, it makes
by
sense that the
reaching
gameplay
them
would be
without
more
dying.
2D.
It's actually our homage to the original death routes that were in the original trilogy. And one of the ways that we're kind of trying to balance this old and new in the level design question is we're
nothing
kind of
wrong with
making
being
the
old.
game we wish we had access to.
Yeah, well said.
You know, and that you've played these original games and the original Crash, you know, formula, the original Crash.
Sometimes, man,
is
I
so
appreciate those moments when I can
You know,
see
it
just
has that
something
kind of,
so simple, so well said, so
perspective
pure.
shifting kind
in
of
chat.
precision platform.
Twitch is so
right?
cool.
And no game feels like that. So
I need
honestly,
water.
like,
I need
going
water
back
badly.
To that as a foundation was
This
really,
show is going a lot longer
refreshing
than I thought it would. I thought it'd be an hour.
because you don't get it anymore.
Gotta start playing Sonic.
Kind of muscle memory.
I need to do just a teensy bit of setup. I already made my overlay, but the rig out is a little complicated. So it's going to take some jumbling in the overlays to make it look good.
New Crash Bandicoot game, and so for us, it's then layering in things that we'd want.
Which Sonic?
to see
Sonic 2006 for
layer
24
in
hours.
Ideas that we've had as being former fans as we go.
Might as well start laying it out while we're talking about Crash here, I guess. 24 hours of Sonic. It probably won't take me 24 hours to beat Sonic 06. What charity are you doing? Red Cross. They have a donation portal to specifically help people affected by Hurricane Laura. So it will be benefiting the Red Cross to benefit people in Louisiana affected by Laura.
We're super excited for folks to finally get their hands on this. And
here's the idea.
joining us
You
and
need a
enjoy
White
the rest
Claw.
of the show.
I've got
Crash
Sonic G
Bandicoot
Fuel. Thank
4,
you.
It's About Time will launch on PS4 and Xbox One October 2nd.
But
You know, there's a question that gets asked in every
Pup!
video game eventually.
Pupper!
Can you pet
Pup
the
boy!
dog?
Pup, 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 pup.
This next game
Pet
looks
him.
to answer it in the most literal
Make him
way.
happy. Make him safe. Make him loved. Dog. I'll lay out the rules. There's always a meta game, you know. I really like. I'm learning that I really enjoy game design, but I'm not making video games. Like making shows.
Dogs were like.
I still consider like.
But now, you can pet one.
The Super Mario Maker drinking game.
Pet the Dog VR
is like
a VR game where you can play with the cutest dog of 20.
probably the most complicated like meta game
And the
I've
best
made,
part
but I
is it's
really liked it.
available
I thought it worked
right
really well.
now. So go to Steam, slam that purchase button, and pet that dog. Also, please send a tweet to @CanYouPetTheDog so that we can get their attention. This is shameless pandering. Thank you.
Nice.
You
Ring
Can
Fit
Pet the
segments are
Dog
like are
VR
show like
is
to me.
available right now on Steam.
I guess they have an overlay, but
This
there's not really
next
that much
game has one of the
interactivity.
most dramatic backstories of recent times after its original development team was replaced. Here's an update on Viking survival game Rune 2.
Oh man, I forgot about Rune 2.
Valhalla awaits you.
Yeah, we don't deserve You Can Pet the Dog VR, but
Hi
we
there.
need it.
My name is Mitch Alpiner.
We did
I'm the
nothing to
community
deserve
manager for
VR
Rune
dog
2.
petting.
Right now we're working on Rune 2.
the premier open-world action RPG Norse mythology looter stabber. Today, we're here to show off improvements.
Rune came out in like the mid-2000s,
over the
right?
last several months, as well as what's coming.
Will you ever get
next.
another drinking stream?
The footage that you're looking at.
You mean
is our
like
brand
what?
new
Just me
dungeon
getting drunk
system,
by
our
myself,
enhanced
or like
combat
a
system, our
like a
brand
Doom
new
Eternal
skill
kind of
tree,
thing?
Our new narrative and quest line, our new destruction system, our new bosses, and our brand new horde mode. For us to build on the foundation that was established previously, we knew that getting feedback from the community was key. So on May 6th, we updated.
I've been trying to take drinking out of my diet, so it'll probably be a month or two until I just decide like tucking into some drinks by myself.
We really
I feel like there's a lot of surely Bruce and Lon and I can do something about some of the fall releases. I wanted to do it about Battletoads, but I didn't really have the time to try to set up Parsec,
kill a lot of
and
enemies.
the window for that game kind of came and went already.
Boss at the end.
Did you finish Doom Eternal Ultra Nightmare? No.
All of the best
No social
elements of
drinking
Rune
either?
2 and putting them into one
Where's that going to happen?
With
I
our
live in the
quest
United
system,
States,
we
a coronavirus
really took
hellhole.
to heart the feedback from the community. Our previous quest system was a variation of spawn here, go to place, kill dude drops football, take football back to place that you spawned, touchdown, repeat that about 35 times. We have completely thrown that out. We've made a lot more variation in our
I like
quest
it when
system. For instance,
devs
one
are
quest,
very
you'll build a
brutally
village.
honest about
In
it.
another quest, you will defend
Did you vote yet?
village
You
from
can't
an
vote
oncoming
yet.
horde of enemies that are trying
Request
to
your
kill
ballot
your
early.
village.
I'm registered to vote.
Another quest, you'll go
Vote
into
by
a
mail.
dungeon in search of an ancient.
Also, I'm not really in a contested state,
And these are
so
just a few
with the way the
examples
Electoral
of
College works
quests
out,
that you'll experience in the new Rune 2 update. We've completely
I will never ever be like my vote doesn't matter, because it always does. If not for
now our combat is
president, and for the million other things on the ballot. But no, I usually vote by mail.
Like playing
or the USPS is still operating in my neighborhood, so that's
suddenly
good.
enters the battle. It just expands.
Yeah, if you're in Florida,
We
woof.
believe that
But
this new update is the perfect opportunity to jump into Rune 2. Rune 2 is available now on the
yeah,
Epic
always
Games
vote.
Store and will be coming
Like
to
legit.
Steam and other PC
I will make no commentaries about how you vote, but vote.
footage
Absolutely
that you're
vote.
seeing was captured on the recently updated
It is,
Rune 2 Public Test Realm, a free add-on. for all
I
PC players.
am
Look
legitimately.
for more updates on the vast improvements.
I swear not getting into politics. The only politics I'll get into is just vote. Just vote. Thank you, Valsion. Voting is a citizen's right and duty. I agree.
And more
I
exciting
agree.
announcements in the near future. Thank you for watching and enjoy the show.
I don't get why we have such a low voting
Thanks
count,
to
because
Mitch
it's
at
not
Studio 369 for that
mandatory.
update. You can check out Rune 2 right
There's,
now on the
um,
Epic Game Store.
For
Okay,
better or
Kobe.
worse.
Now it's time
Yes!
to get
All right.
serious.
Oh, what? I don't really.
Table all this crap. None of this matters anymore.
What a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
Okay, guys, I think we've lost him again. Up next, an exclusive look at vehicle combat in Serious
Vehicle?
4.
Oh, I guess no. You could ride flying saucers and stuff in what 2? I think.
Good work, Americano. I'm proud of you.
Ma'am, how do I get to the Vatican?
It's easy. Go around the Castello and then turn left through the park. Go straight ahead, and there you can find Papa Mobile.
I'm not sure that's my kind of ride.
Well, I think I have my answer. I was like, how are they gonna make it scale? If they can have 10,000 enemies on screen, are you just gonna be shooting them all with a gun for 3 hours? Mechs, right? Giant mechs. A Vatican bot. That was like a Christian. This is like the Pope Mobile 3000. Oh my God! There's a little crucifix hanging from the window. Holy fuck! Oh man, it's like down here too. Activate Christ core. The Catholic hammer.
Let God sort them out.
Holy shit. They look so tiny. They look so small down there. Well, you're not in Egypt anymore. Wow. god. Oh my god. You know it's bad when the bitrate is just...
Slam 4 will be available on Steam and Stadia, September 24th.
Our next game, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, has kept its secrets close.
A younger, sexier Sherlock.
To
now
tell
we're
us
doing
more
it.
about the famous detective's very first case.
How long can I have a burning erection? Because it's...
Hey everybody, my name is Sergey and I'm a part of Frogwares. And
heavily at full mass, especially if I'm going to see a young, emo Sherlock.
A story-driven detective thriller that will explore Sherlock's very first case. In this game, you will play as the young Holmes. You will see what job will come back in the space of his youth and how to pave the way for him to become that world-famous detective that we now know him for. Chapter 1 is a single-player detective game which takes place on an open-world Mediterranean island at the end of the 19th century. To an outsider, especially from the West, this island seems like paradise with colorful scenery,
4 hours?
fascinating
No problem. We're
architecture,
good
and
then.
exotic people. It's a world full of rich history, places of interest to discover, and mysteries to untangle.
Sherlock histories,
This island is a promise.
Solving mysteries,
a promise of
smooching
adventures,
Sherlocks.
and leaving your mundane life and troubles behind. However, playing as Sherlock, a British stranger, you'll quickly realize that this paradise-like life is just a facade.
It angers me because I know
Once
that
you
Sherlock
peek
is
inside,
probably
the illusion
asexual.
breaks, and you'll see that the urban veneer of order and
Till he
decorum
meets me,
hides
anyway.
too many dark secrets. This
Would you
island
smooch
is a world of crime,
Henry Cavill
a world of
Sherlock?
social and economic inequality.
I feel like Henry Cavill Sherlock would smooch me, even if I tried to smooch him. It would suddenly become him
Too eager to
smooching
take
me.
justice into their own hands, with police turning a blind eye for the convenience of the local overlords. This is the perfect school and playground for an aspiring detective like yourself, a place where a legend can be born. While exploring the island, you will
Sherlock with
investigate some
cocaine?
truly bewildering
I guess I always thought
cases.
Sherlock was an opium
Why
kind of
does an
guy.
elephant have to face a trial against a mob of angry people? Or why are these revenge pillars allowed on the island? Each knife stuck in the
Revenge
pillar
pillar?
is a symbol of vengeance being served. And with each passing day,
It was
more
heroin?
and more
Yeah.
pillars appear in the city.
It's more in vogue.
As Sherlock, you will have to find an approach to each social group that's living
Oh,
in the
canon,
part
it
of
was
the
heroin.
island.
Okay.
Whether
I knew he.
British Empire,
There was some substance abuse in
Venetians, or
there.
the Ottoman
I didn't know if it was
descendants,
opium or
you will have to
heroin.
use your wits, intuition, and skills
I mean,
to gain the
6 one, half dozen the other, right? Cocaine, crack. What's the difference?
We hope
A
that
little
you
bit of
like
baking
this
soda
into the
and
world
some
of
boiling
Sherlock
water.
Holmes Chapter 1. Our game will be coming in 2021 to both PC and current and next-gen consoles.
The price.
If you like what we showed you, follow us on
Yeah,
our
pretty
social
much.
channels, where we'll be showing you more info there as we get closer to release. And as a side note, we are now celebrating our 20th birthday, so you can grab
Whoa.
games at a huge discount on PC, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch.
Very cool.
Thank
Wait,
you so
who
much
was
for your
who was
time.
bald man with
Enjoy the
laser
rest
sword
of
on
the
the
show.
right there? Let me smooch that man. Can you smooch the Sherlock?
Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 is
God damn
scheduled
it.
to launch on PC, current,
Our pretty
and
video
next-gen
game boys are
consoles
prettier
in
than ever.
2021.
What a time.
Another game that's full of mysteries is Call of the Sea. And we've caught up with developer Out of the Blue to tell us more about their exotic island adventure.
Oh, Mag Runner. Oh, yeah, Mag Runner. Okay, I gotta check that out.
Hello, I'm Tatiana Delgado from Out of the Blue, and I'm currently
I'm really excited
working
for
on
this
Call of the
too.
Sea.
This looks really cool.
Call of the Sea is a first-person adventure puzzle game.
There's so many good games coming out, man.
It is a story of mystery and love that takes place on a forgotten island in
On
the
one
South
hand,
Pacific.
Cyberpunk. On the other
You
hand,
take the
all
road
of these other games. I'm like,
A woman who has crossed an ocean in search
Times
of
are
her
good,
husband's
man.
missing expedition.
gaming is great.
On the previous
How can
Future
anyone be
Games
mad
Show,
about video
We
games?
took you through our very
There's so many
first
good ones.
in-game trailer and gave you a little insight into Nora's story.
Baldur's
Today,
Gate
we are
3?
really
Yeah.
excited to share this exclusive
Sherlock was doing
footage
coke. He
of some
explicitly
new
said so in the
environments.
books. Oh.
As a
7%
player,
solution.
You will dive into underwater ruins.
Just a little bump.
You will uncover ancient cities hidden by
keep
the
you-
jungle,
keep you jazzed, keep
following
you
the
amped.
trail of the expedition.
Future Games Show is
You
a
will
much
have
nicer
to figure
selection than
out what we
Gamescom.
found and what happened to them. But as you can see, although our game is heavily influenced
I agree.
by his tales, Call of the Sea is a twist on the traditional H.P. Lovecraft works. We are
Opening
trying to
hours
focus on the
really did
surreal
feel
and
like
lyric more than the horrific and the grim.
They only
In short,
selected publishers that
Call
like.
of the Sea isn't a descent into madness.
It really does feel like you had to have a marketing budget to be in
Losing
that
your
show.
mind makes
Whereas
you
this
see
is
a
more
dreamlike,
like
colorful
maybe the budgets were much smaller,
Join
or they
Nora
were
on a
willing to
trip
work
that
with
will
smaller
change your life.
publishers and smaller dev studios.
Immersing
But
yourself in the mystery of what happened on the Everhard expedition.
I don't know.
discovering the
So
secrets
much
of
about
the crew members,
opening night live
and
or
what
whatever.
happened on the
So
island.
much of that felt off.
Call of the Sea is coming
So
to
much of it felt
Xbox
like
One,
they expected
Series
more
X,
people
and PC
to play
later this
game,
year.
to play ball.
Thank you for watching.
And they didn't.
and
So
enjoy
they
it.
ended up not having that much to show. So they had to fill time with interstitials of influencers being like, I like games because games are fun, and sometimes fun is fun.
Call of the Sea launches later this year.
The more I think about it,
PC,
the more I'm like,
Xbox One and Xbox Series X.
This next game is a thing of nightmare.
Oh, hey!
No, not
I know
the
you.
nightmare where you fight zombies in police uniforms.
In Sound Mind. This was fun.
Here's a new trailer of the next-gen psychological horror, In Sound Mind.
Yeah, it's Steve, or Greg.
Exclusive.
Very helpful mannequin. If anything else, I really like that twist of like spooky mannequins that actually help you. Need a release date, maybe we'll get one. I also really like that you basically go into other people's psychoses and relive them through their perspective.
When you're really terrified of monsters.
Kind of Silent Hill vibes about like literalizing mental illness.
Ocean of fear.
This is a 69 for 20 door game. It is, yeah.
Seems like the sensible thing to do.
Dave. Oh, Krispy Kreme. Thank you for gifting 5 subs. This is like very almost Bloober Team vibes, even though you have a gun. Hard pass on this one. Silent Hill, but some of the scary guys help you? That sounds cool.
In Sound Mind is published by Modus Games.
Bloober
and
Games,
play the
no gun.
Demo on Steam
Only
right
camera,
now.
only flashlight.
Or the full game launches for PS5.
I actually really liked Blair Witch.
Series X, and
It was a fun
PC
ride.
Early in 2020.
Pretty straightforward, but
Let's face it, 2020, it's not going great.
It's not Monster
so we
Hunter, is
need
it?
something to unite us. In our next game, that's battling hordes of mutated dinosaurs to prevent the collapse of the human race.
1 billion% can't do horror. Gotcha.
Hey, it's an improvement, right?
Big map.
Luckily, there are heroes such as myself to play through them.
Built with
Oh,
a
Second
full team,
Extinction, okay.
How do we realise such a large, over-the-top fantasy like Second Extinction? Having a world-class team that shares a collective vision is key. Pairing that with the tools such as the Apex engine.
Wasn't there a game that came out in like 2012 that was a multiplayer dino shooter
smart, finding
that was really bad
technology
and like kind of a scam?
Players. One area is the world itself, the landscape and terrain.
Orion, that's the one.
Allows us to
Yeah.
terrain with a level of detail
And Dino D-Day. Yeah, both of those. Orion Prelude and Dino D-Day.
We can light it and weather it and layer it.
That was like the first rush to market kind of game. I remember being like, oh, you guys just tried to get this on Steam as soon as you could.
Deliver emergent, physics-based action that fills the screen with intense mayhem. It means no two dismembered raptors ever look the same as they sail through the air. It means every action, every explosion feels unique, delivering water cooler moments you won't forget. At Systemic Reaction, our vision is to make games that make players react. Whether it's to the vastness of the
Oh,
environment,
Xeno D-Day the good one?
surprise of an
Okay.
attack, or
This
the
was
joy
this
of
was a while.
simply
Yeah, I
playing.
guess Orion was the really
Our
bad
team
one.
has worked tirelessly to find the right focus and tune the experience into a frequency that feels fresh and fun and alive. We're immensely proud of Second Extinction, and when we enter early access next month, we're looking forward to growing and working with our passionate community to further.
This looks fun, you know? Why not?
Join the fight.
Shoot some dinos with your
Reclaim
friends.
Earth.
Damn, that Velociraptor's getting his brain splattered, dude. Just blew his head out. I started Observer.
access on PC
I didn't get through it.
before arriving on
Boy,
Xbox
Rutger
Series
Hauer
X
sounds
and Xbox One
rough in that
later this
game.
year.
Rest in peace, by the way. Love Rutger
And
Hauer.
finally, 2 of the most famous detectives are making their long-awaited return, and we've got the first game.
I need to get back to it,
prototype
though.
in action to share with you right now.
Observer's really cool. It's on my like Cyberpunk games list to play leading up to the release of Cyberpunk.
Oh, hey there. Have you ever thought of pursuing an exciting career in extracurricular law enforcement?
Sam, we're a little busy here.
Calm down, Max. I'm engaging this promising new cadet.
Remember when Shadows of the Empire had a Max logo in it?
Hi, this is Mike Levine, founder of Happy Giant.
Hey, Mike.
Here today to talk about a new game we're revealing called Sam and Max. This time it's virtual. This is Sam and Max's first original game in a decade, And if I believe Mike Stemley, their 20th video game overall.
There's a huge next-gen update coming for Observer. Really?
Max. This time it's virtual. For those
I'll have
not
to figure that out, or I'll have to wait for that. Should I wait for that, or should I?
Hyperkinetic
Maybe I should
naked
just wait for that.
rabbity thing, collectively known as the Freelance Police. For over 30
Deus Ex,
years,
yeah.
they've been
That's on the list.
slapping evil with the open palms of justice and the dueling gloves of silliness, making the world a better and somewhat stranger place in the process.
This is not your typical Sam & Max game. This is a new medium. And that opened up a world of new gameplay types to explore while still keeping what the players loved about the old games.
We begin our story in a typical.
They're not police. They're investigators.
Grody, five-headed monster terrorizes
freelance
our hero's
investigators.
You have the right to get blown up. If you don't want to get blown up now, that's too bad, because you're going to get blown up now.
After you make quick work of the monster with a semi-legally obtained rocket launcher, you are quickly recruited into the ranks of the Freelance Police, much to Max's annoyance.
Please don't hug me.
What follows is a grueling day of training at Sam & Max's Freelance Police Training Academy, which has been built on the site of a dilapidated and probably not haunted theme park. If you survive the day, you'll become a full-fledged member of the Freelance Police. And more importantly, win the grudging respect of a naked bunny rabbit. So, yeah. Check out Sam & Max. This
seems cute. This seems
bust your
cute.
brains in 2020.
Not to mention the kind of breaking down those barriers where you get to interact with game characters you really like.
All that's left for me to say is thank you.
Defund this game.
Who helped put it all together.
Wait.
Oh,
wait,
man.
wait. You didn't think that we'd let you leave without one last surprise, no?
Hang on, you don't mean a Metal Gear.
Colonel!
Can you just roll the tape, please?
A trailer to surpass Metal Gear. Konami has already claimed this video. I'm in. I'm sold. Brother! Oh, is this Bright Memory? I mean, I don't know. I saw Chinese, I saw an action heroine. I think... I mean, it's got the rain effects, I think. Maybe? Yeah, this has got to be. Look at those particle effects, man. There's so much shit floating around. I'm really excited for this game. This looks so good. It's like Techno Shadow Warrior. Oh. It's like first-person Devil May Cry. It's so cool. I'm looking forward to that game.
All right, and that wraps up our show. All that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone who helped put it all together.
And don't forget to head on over to the Future Games Show page on Steam.
She's got a Meryl Voss girl behind her. That's adorable. Oh my gosh. Aww.
Your next gen news, guides, and features.
You can see the soundproofing on her.
Watching.
That's her studio,
I'm
I guess.
David Hayter.
And I am Debbie Mae West.
And this has been the second
Future Games Show.
Okay. That was cool. A lot of good games, just pretty no bullshit, straightforward. Back-to-back announces. A lot of really cool concepts. Great breadth, I think, of game stuff. Hope she really has it and it's not for this bit. Yeah. They didn't just order a Meryl wall scroll on Amazon and have it get to her house, like, right before. Have you seen Black Myth Wukong? Yeah. I'm glad that some Chinese devs are starting to, like, get a little more notoriety on the world stage. It's just weird to me, the selective xenophobia that kind of gets applied to them. But I celebrate it. That game looked really good. Yeah, it's certainly read as quite a bit more authentic than yesterday's show. Yeah, that yeah, 0 gay though. We got our 1 gay yesterday. Oh, Yeah, I guess most people see Tencent as the boogeyman, which is weird. I don't know, man. It's like Disney. They're a company. I don't know that Tencent specifically is guilty of anything more horrible than any American company is. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. This is my hot take of the day that has nothing to do with video games, but if you like Marvel films, you kind of can't get on your high horse about Tencent. Then again, that's coming from an element of ignorance. But yeah, Disney has done a lot to the state of or the city of Irvine, to copyright law. But you know, they show your beef boys in a suit punching each other, and you're cool. So the thing I don't want to do that's kind of whataboutism though. Like I shouldn't ever tell someone to be less involved and knowledgeable about what's going on in the world, but often it just stops at they're bad. So, O&L was nearly all AAA and 70% shooters and marketing. This one had way more original indie games and more genuine feel. The last one was photo pre-order now, whereas this one is all please wishlist us. Yeah, and also just like the cutaways to the nonsensical IGN awards. O&L really did read like there was a minimum buy-in to be a part of the show, and a lot of these publishers either couldn't or didn't choose to pay it. That's really what it feels like, and it feels like part of the way through production they realized that more publishers than they thought were declining to be a part of the show. That's what it feels like. It feels like they thought they could charge crazy amounts of money to just be a part of their showcase, and then people stopped paying. That's just a guess. That's a big old guess. Especially when it comes down to the weird games that got awards. To me, that reads like the pool to pick from was very small. I think the problem is they are controlled by the Chinese government, which we know is keeping tabs on everyone. Of course, everyone is doing that, but it isn't their public policy to keep tabs on you like it's the Chinese government's. So yeah, the Chinese government is certainly guilty of many civil rights violations. Horrible, huge ones. But I don't know that the United States has a high horse to be on about that at the moment. We have camps. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to get into this. Anyway, that's also whataboutism. Whatever. Stick up for human rights, but for God's sake, like, the same people will get on a high horse about Chinese civil rights and then be all MAGA. No country does. There are countries that have bad pasts, I agree, but their current state is fine. No capitalist country is innocent. Yeah, I guess if you want to go all the way down to the turtle pile, it gets down to ethical consumption under capitalism. These are issues above my head. The only thing I guess what bugs me is it just seems like people jump on a cause that seems defendable when really they're just mad about video games. It's okay to be mad about video games, just why do you have to put a suit on it? I guess that's where my head's at. But I will. I live in Sweden. We have no bad history. Totally clean. Yes. All utter neutrality. Or no, wait, that's Switzerland. My bad. Look at that. Idiot American over here. Saying things about. Yeah, there's no war crimes in cyberspace. That's why we gotta live in VR. We just hang out with Sam and Max. Oh, that is Sweden and Switzerland? Damn it. Well, still ignorant American. That's the one thing I was right about, right? Okay. All right. Time for 24 hours of Sonic. Actually, let me cut my recording real quick. Thank you for watching on YouTube, by the way.